In this video, I want to show you the best places to visit in Mumbai in one day. Today I booked a tour, and it's gonna be a tour of Mumbai, and then maybe in the evening we can meet the girl again from yesterday, the really short girl. And then tonight, unfortunately, at 3 a.m. is my flight back to Delhi. Alright, so here we are. This is the Gateway of India. The Gateway of India Arch Monument was built to commemorate the 1911 visit of King George V, who was the first British monarch to ever visit India. The Gateway was intended to be a symbol of British colonial triumph, but ironically enough, only 24 years after its completion in 1948, the last British troops left India through this gateway after the Indian independence. This was the beginning of the end for the British colonial empire. Okay, so now I'm gonna meet my tour guide. Right later.
My name is Manisha. I'm the guide for today.
The very concisely named Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya, or King Shivaji Museum in English, is Mumbai's biggest and most important museum. Its huge collection includes Hindu and Buddhist sculptures, terracotta figurines, miniature paintings, and dangerous-looking weaponry. It's a great place to learn more about India's rich history. It's an art gallery out in the open air.
Yes.
This is quite cool.
This is a college, the first college of Mumbai.
Elphinstone College was established in 1856 and is one of the oldest colleges of the University of Mumbai. It played a key role in the spread of Western education in the Bombay Presidency of British India. Yeah, that looks extremely British, right?
Yes, very British. It's a very Gothic style.
Okay.
So this is David Sassoon Library, donated by the David Sassoon family. So David Sassoon was a Jew from Baghdad. He came to Bombay in 1832 to seek his fortune. So he started as a moneylender, then selling textile, teas, and then opium.
Oh, opium.
I know.
That was probably the most lucrative trade. The David Sassoon Library was completed in 1870 and is operating to this day. The University of Mumbai building looks a bit like a 15th century French mansion that somehow ended up between tropical palm trees. It was established in 1857 and is currently one of the largest universities in the world, with over 700 affiliated colleges and more than 500,000 enrolled students. The 1848 High Court of Bombay is an elegant neo-Gothic building that looks a bit like a German castle. Since India's independence, 22 judges from this court have been elevated to the Indian Supreme Court. We hopped into a local taxi and rode over to the Mani Bhavan Museum.
So this is Mani Bhavan, where Gandhiji lived for 17 years from 1914 to 1934, where he started several acts and learned about the spinning wheel, which became the symbol of India.
I really enjoyed this small museum. It was in this house that Mahatma Gandhi first formulated his philosophy of non-violent protest and launched his 1932 civil disobedience campaign against the British occupation of India. The museum contains a library, a photographic record of Gandhi's life, and letters that he wrote to famous contemporaries. I was particularly impressed by the many dioramas that tell the story of Gandhi's life and his lifelong, non-violent fight for human dignity and India's independence. For lunch, we stopped at an amazing street food restaurant called Swati Snacks, where I had some of the best food of my Indian trip. Alright, this is sugarcane juice you're gonna visit. The first time we tried this. I've had a lot of coconuts already in this trip, but never sugarcane. Delicious. The vegetarian food at this place was outstanding. Two of Swati Snacks' highlights that I tried were panki chutney, which are rice flour pancakes, and dahi patata puri, which is a delicious mix of fried bread, chutneys, vegetables, and curd. After lunch, we walked through a local market to get to the train station. Once again, middle of traffic. Now we're at a railway station. We're gonna take a train to our next destination, which is gonna be an open air wash place. Check it out, Indian railway station. After a short train ride, we arrived at Mahalakshmi station and walked over a bridge to see Dhobi Ghat, the world's biggest open-air laundry. Every day, hundreds of people work here to hand wash thousands of kilograms of Mumbai clothes and linen. Dhobi Ghat has been operating for more than 140 years. We took another taxi and arrived at Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus train station, formerly known as Victoria Terminus. Completed in 1887, it's Mumbai's most extravagant Gothic building and one of the busiest train stations in India. The final dance scene of the Oscar-winning film Slumdog Millionaire was filmed in this train station. Alright, so this was our tour of Mumbai. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new. Maybe it helps you decide if you want to come visit the city yourself. I think it's definitely worth it. Really exotic. Sometimes exhausting, especially with the traffic, but there's so much to discover. It's so beautiful. So definitely recommend the tour company that I used. It's called Magic Mumbai. I had a private tour, so it doesn't matter how many people you are, they always do the tour, and it was really nice. And now I'm gonna go back home to my little apartment in Bandra, which is the part of town where I stayed, and then hopefully I'm gonna meet another girl from Tinder or the girl from yesterday. We'll see how that works out. Finally met again, and I'm here again with Shalini. Can you get in the picture? Hello.
Hello. So we met yesterday, yeah. We met today again.
All right, then let's go to the beer stock exchange.
You look so.
After the meeting with Shalini, I went back home, packed my trusty blue suitcase, and headed for the airport. So, as you can see behind me, we made it back to the airport. We're now in Mumbai Airport. It kind of looks like a museum here, the departure hall. Look at this. Is a human form of Shiva's vehicle. So every god has kind of like a vehicle, so kind of like usually an animal or something that he uses to travel, as far as I understood. And Shiva's vehicle is the cow, which is a big reason of why the cows are sacred in India and you can't eat them. Also a human form of a cow that serves as a vehicle for the god Shiva. There you go.